we look past my son's messy room and just have a conversation in this amazing light that I'm sitting in? Real quick. Today, I was thinking about the story that we tell about other people. And the reason I was thinking about that is because today is Wednesday, Chemo Wednesday. I don't know when you'll see this, but on this day that I'm recording, it's Chemo Wednesday. My dad, a few months ago, excuse me, was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer, all the crazy, and now he is on his 7th chemo treatment. And I'm just heading out to go be with him, to sit with him while he has the infusion done. I was thinking about how along this journey, I've captured photos of my dad in this great light, and I've captured sweet moments with him, and I've told stories about him that have engaged the people around me, so much so that my dad wanted to come up to my work and meet people that I work with, and people just loved him. And when people found out that he had come up there and they were not able to meet him, they were so bummed, and they're like, I wish I could meet your dad. Let me know when he's back up here. And I was thinking today about how interesting that is, that no one knows him. Nobody really knows him. They know the story that I have created about him, that I've shared about him. And is he a perfect human? No. Are we perfect humans? No. I hate that I even have to put that disclaimer in there, but it just tends to be the way it is sometimes. But of course, there are things that I could share and write about from when I was younger, and the way he sees things, and his view on politics, and closed-mindedness, and a lot of other things that to me are just void and don't matter. It doesn't break our relationship. He doesn't cross over boundaries. It doesn't hurt me. And he has his right to his opinion on a lot of different things. So what I was thinking though is that how is it that so many people can love and care about a person they've never met, or that they've only met in passing? It's based off the story that I've told about him. So what I want to say today is, what story are you sharing about the people around you? If you honor those people, most likely you're telling a great story, and you can share stories that make people fond of the person that you're talking about. But what about the people that you don't really feel like saying great things about? Imagine how right now, let's say you're in an argument with someone, or there's some sort of disagreement. You have your story and they have theirs. Now, I may be close friends with you, and I see you through one light and you're incredible, but the person you're having the conflict with, if I don't know them, I've automatically written them off as some villain because of the story that you have shared about them. Now think on the other end. They're sitting with their close friend, and their close friend looks at them in the light of the glorious story, but they've been told a story about you that doesn't have all the pieces in there and is wrapped up in somebody else's emotion. So they're looking at you as the villain. Two different stories, two different storylines being created and shared with people, that is then creating a thought process around that person's character, integrity, and who they are. The importance of our story, you guys, is it's your place to tell your story. And if we're going to tell somebody else's story for them, let's either not say anything at all, because it's just, I don't want anybody telling or writing a story about me. That's wrong. I'll be all right if you do, but it'd be nice if you didn't. And I can't control that either way, but all I fully believe is that what you put out will come back to you. I don't want to write a negative story about you or anyone else. I want to be able to use that story of maybe something that happened between us that helped me grow and expand into the abundance of who I am and some higher thought process, or whatever the case may be. It's all about how you're looking at it. But if you're writing those stories and sharing those stories about other people to cause harm, I just would ask that you would reconsider that and think about the stories that you're writing about people. Why are people connecting negatively to the story of another person, or positively to the story of another person? If we could speak to each other's glory and to each other's attributes, and not focus on tearing each other down, I think our lives would radically change. And so in closing, as I've said all that, I do want to challenge you to think about, what is the story that you're telling yourself? What is the story that you've written about yourself in your own mind that is then playing out right in front of you? You see, our story is powerful. The story in general is powerful. We all love a good story. So what is the story that you've told of other people? Is it bringing light or dark to that situation? Is it bringing a good aura or a negative vibration to that situation and that person? And normally, if you're writing those kinds of stories for the people in passing, it's because you've written that story about yourself first and you're projecting it out. So all of that aside, all of the story writing aside, good or bad, what is the story that you've told yourself? What is it that you believe about you? And what are you going to do differently today to set a different energy in motion so that your story that you speak to yourself and that you say out loud about yourself, that you fully believe wholeheartedly about you, can line up with your higher vision and purpose of who you are and where you're going on your journey in your story. All my best, my friends. I will talk to you next time. And in telling that story, man, I got a little skin flushing going on, and I didn't even care this time. I just know that we could talk about that on this channel, so I wanted to share it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe, I would love for you to subscribe, and I'd love to start a conversation with you, hear from you, hear your thoughts, how you've changed your storyline in your own life or how you're planning to change your storyline. Share it with me. I'd love to talk about it. Check you next time, y'all.